today. Because we all know that's the best holiday in February. Hey guys, my name is Nella, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but welcome to my channel. If you haven't seen my other videos yet, I'm new to the YouTube creator side of things, and I wanted to do a series on mental health. So I came up with the idea to do the mental health alphabet. My last video was A is for anxiety, and I'll go ahead and I'll link that down below. That way you can check that one out. It was pretty short, it's like 6 minutes. Today is letter B, and I was really surprised at how many mental health disorders there are that start with the letter B. It's astonishing. So I chose borderline personality disorder for a few reasons. Sadly, borderline personality disorder, or BPD, carries one of the biggest stigmas in the mental health world. Some people use hurtful terms such as manipulative or demanding or attention-seeking to describe people with borderline personality disorder. And honestly, I can see where that would become a self-fulfilling prophecy. These are already hurtful words. I don't like being called manipulative or demanding, but when you start calling someone with a mental disorder surrounded by emotional instability, of course that's going to bring out some negative response. I think that is way too easy to take personally for anyone, let alone someone with a mental illness, and it just sucks. Yeah, the stigma around this illness is brutal. So now that I'm done ranting, what exactly is borderline personality disorder? BPD is a serious mental illness that, like I said before, revolves around someone's inability to regulate their own emotions. And this usually results in reckless or impulsive behavior. There's often an extreme fear of abandonment or a feeling of emptiness, and usually BPD sufferers do self-harm as well. To make matters worse, borderline personality disorder is usually paired with another disorder such as anxiety or depression. Substance abuse, the eating disorders, they all fall in there too. People with borderline personality disorder fall into a vicious cycle. Vicious cycle of emotional pain, followed by impulsive behavior to relieve that pain. And then comes shame and guilt because of their impulsive behavior, and that just creates more emotional pain. So you're back at the beginning, and it just continues to go and go until you figure out how to stop it, if you can. So what causes borderline personality disorder? I'm glad you asked, Internet, because we don't really know. Isn't that great? Scientists will generally agree that borderline personality disorder is genetic and environmental influences. Certain childhood events such as trauma, physical, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, loss, neglect, and bullying play a part in the development of borderline personality disorder. How common is borderline personality disorder? That's another great question. So borderline personality disorder is much more popular than you would imagine. Not really popular in a good sense, but it's much more common. I'll just say common. Borderline personality is much more common than you would think. In 2016, a mental health study in the US reported that about 1.6 of the American population suffers from borderline personality disorder. That means over 4 million people in America alone have borderline personality disorder. So how do you treat borderline personality disorder? You guys are asking such great questions. Research shows that people suffering from borderline personality disorder have really great outcomes from doing certain types of therapy or counseling, and sometimes paired with meds. It just works out. with specialized therapy based on the needs of the individual rather than the stereotype of the diagnosis. If you suffer from borderline personality disorder, you're really not alone. I'm going to throw some links down in the description below so you can read more about it, and some helplines, because everybody needs some help sometimes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to click the like button, hit the subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And that way you can see the rest of the mental health alphabet. Have a great day, guys. The best messy bun that I could muster.